Hester inside the 30. Hester's going to take it all the way for a touchdown.
Fields stumbling, trying to cut it back. Justin Fields making magic happen. There goes Fields. Touchdown!
Hurts on first down, fires downfield. It's Deshaun Jackson back in the lineup. Missed the last 7 games, and he will take it 81 yards. A somersault into the end zone. His first touchdown of the season.
You're listening to the Pigskin Project, the world's #1 football podcast. Now, with more insights on all things football, here are your hosts, Ben Hansen and Ryan Matthews. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 76th episode of the Pigskin Project. Man, 76, that sounds like a crazy number. And the amount of crazy things that have happened since we began the Pigskin Project is just awesome. First off, I want to say, if you guys see me glancing over to the right, I'm watching the Crosstown series between the Cubs and the White Sox. So I promise you I'm listening in to what Ben has to say and everything as well, but I might glance over just to check on my team. Yeah, right. When do I ever? But anyways, yeah, so I mean, I've got some personally exciting news, but Ben, you've got some exciting news for us as well, judging by the fact that there's a brand new background. How's everything going, man? How you doing?
Yeah. As I said in the last 2 podcasts, hopefully this is the background you guys will see. Well, hopefully, maybe I'll get more space. Maybe I'll find a better spot for this. My room's kind of cramped, but hopefully this is roughly the same background that you guys will see, for the next 2 years. We moved into a new place, and if you guys see a little feller behind me too, we also got a new cat as well. His name is Ollie, but his name is Oliver, but I have a nickname that Mary doesn't like for him. His name is Big Iron. So his name is Big because for those who don't know, I don't know if anyone's heard the song, but it's like he got a big iron on his hip. I used to walk around like the house carrying him on my hip and doing that. So I call him Big Iron now. So
awesome. Well,
how are you? Your big news.
Yeah, I mean, Ben, it's pretty awesome that this came up because this probably means I'll get to see you twice in the span of 2 weeks. So just to put this out there, Ben and I, we're going to be going to the Bears and Colts joint practice on the 16th of August, which is going to be so much fun. Very much looking forward to that. But shortly after, the week after, so as you guys know, I coach football.
Wait, real quick before I let you tell your big news, I just lit a candle and it's like one of those like popping wick candles. Can you hear it?
Oh yeah.
Can you hear it at all?
I think I did just slightly. But not
as
really.
long as you're talking. All right, good.
Yeah.
This is the peak production you guys get on this podcast.
Anyways, so yeah, I coach football, so I get a little bit more of the inside scoop than, what some people do. And, it's been pretty awesome. I mean, I am just blessed to be able to do this. For one, the kids have been awesome to work with. I mean, they really want to win and they're putting in the work to do that. So I love the opportunity to be able to coach for this team because of how much fun it has been. But we were able to kind of land a pretty awesome opportunity recently to where we will be playing at Lucas Oil Stadium during one of our regular season matchups, which, by the way, if you're an Indiana resident, you don't normally get to do this. Okay, this is why it's so awesome. Normally, the privilege of going to Lucas Oil doesn't come unless you make the state championship. So knowing that we get to do this on like literally week 2 of our season, that's so cool. So Ben, I hope to God that I get to see you there. I mean, it'd be so cool to be able to walk on the field. And,
I'm gonna try to make it. I'm gonna try to make it.
I mean, it's a really cool opportunity. But I mean, these kids, they've been putting in so much work to the point to where I believe that, there truly is no other team that is deserving of this as well. I mean, we focus on how cool the opportunity is and everything, but really what I like to focus on is, who are the kids that get to play in this as well. It's more than just, oh yeah, here's some private school kids that, get to play on this awesome professional football field. It's more so like, what have they done to get here? And, because like I said, it's not normal for people to just go ahead and jump on that turf. So it's like they've been putting in a lot of hard work, and it's not just at practice either. Like a couple of them on their Twitter pages, they've been posting behind the scenes, like when we have off weeks, they're going to the beach and they're working out and they're getting conditioning done and they're playing, running routes and stuff like that. It's like, that's exactly what you need on a team that wants to win really bad. And so coming from a school that, we had maybe 2 or 3 kids that, did that, on a regular basis. Cause let's face it, if we had a week off, like, we're not doing anything. I don't know how you were, but I'm not doing anything during that week. But no, these kids are very determined. I can't wait, man. This is the last week that we don't have a game until like mid-October. I didn't tell you that. So we have a scrimmage this week, and I'm very excited to see how that goes. But the week after that, we have our first game, and it's coming so quick. The position groups that I have been blessed to coach have absolutely blossomed with this as well. So, I mean, without exposing too much information, I just want to say I'm very happy with what we've seen. We've still got a long way to go, but ultimately it's been a blast, and the opportunity that we've been given is just outstanding. A lot of people probably are thinking, because I know I talked to my family about this, and they're like, how did the kids react when they got to know,
It probably was a wild reaction. Like you said, not many people get to play unless you're state champ. So like
from what I heard, because I wasn't there, I got out of work a little late. From what I had heard, it was underwhelming. A lot of kids don't watch professional football over there.
What?
So they don't know what Lucas Oil Stadium is.
So we'll see when they play on there.
Hey, yeah, we'll see. I'm looking forward to it because we're gonna get there, a little early and maybe do, or we're planning on it at least. I'm not entirely sure if it's set in stone yet, but we want to do some team bonding stuff and everything. So it's gonna be awesome. I mean, the kids have just been a blast too. They're very determined and very respectful as well, and I just can't be more appreciative in it. But hopefully, with the combination, because my next few weeks. So next week, I just want to lay this out just because it's awesome. Next week we have the scrimmage, right? Week after that, I get Bears training camp. Week after that, I get training camp with you, and then 2 days after training camp with you is our very first game, and then let's see, yeah, and then the week after that is Lucas Oil. So my schedule is pretty jam-packed with awesome stuff, man. I'm privileged. I really am. But yes, I mean, I don't know. I'm stoked. I can't wait. And it's the icing on the cake because I get to see people that I don't normally get to see as well, because I've been talking to everybody that's down in that area and everything as well. That I went to, not only at the school that we went to, but like other schools surrounding as well that I grew up in. And so we'll see. Honestly, and my family's going to be there as well. They've been talking about it. I'm hoping to get my girlfriend out there as well. I mean,
it'd be awesome,
dude. I'm so excited, and
I mean, you guys could always come stay in the new place.
This is, and I'll talk to you a little bit. It's complicated as far as planning, but we'll talk about it after because I don't want to get too personal on this. But we don't need to make plans on the air. But anyways, yeah, I'm stoked. It's gonna be an awesome few weeks. But
yes,
we got a lot of news to cover, and I just took up like
the most news we've had in like months now at this point. It's wild.
Yeah, I'm gonna go through, and I want to kind of fly through this because if we were to spend time on every single point, we're going to have like a 2-hour, 3-hour long podcast, to be honest with you. And so I want to talk about a couple things, Just because, I mean, for one, viewers need, you know, what is it? They need like a visual with what's going on.
Yeah.
And then not only that, but let's see. Yeah, I mean, there's just a couple points that I like to talk about. So let me bring this up one quick second. But let's see. Here we go. All right. For one, yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna filibuster until you pulled it up, but you got it pulled up, so we're okay.
Yeah. So I, for one, I'm not a fan of one of these, but okay, we'll just say this first.
Yeah.
Lions were traded for Denzel Mims. I
Woo!
mean, you wanted him.
I'm a little
didn't you?
disappointed. I wanted him. For those who
Yeah.
have been listening to the podcast for, gosh, now since it would have had to been since we've started. Actually, it would have it wouldn't have even happened before then. I was like huge on Denzel Mims. I'm like, this dude is going to be like the sleeper pick. He's going to be obviously not the same type of player, but I'm like the next Michael Thomas, some dude who's overlooked in the second round. And here we are getting traded for like a 7th round pick. So
yikes. Yeah.
tells you how much I know.
What I was going to say is, so the Colts and Falcons got new helmets / uniforms. I'm not really a big fan of the Falcons. Let me pull this up really quick for you guys.
The thing that throws me off about the Colts, I love the red ones. Those aren't the same ones that they used last year. I like them. I think they're clean. The one that's throwing me off is the Colts because I liked the Colts one, but everyone on like Indiana, like Twitter that follows football, all
they didn't
are
like
like,
them?
yeah, people don't like them. Everyone's like, this sucks. It's so boring. It looks like high school uniforms and whatnot. I'm a big
cool with
fan
it.
of them. I like them.
I'll be honest with you. Okay, first off, let me just say, I hope to
I like
God
I like the Indiana inside of the captain's logo.
Oh yeah, that's really cool. But what people don't understand that I really appreciate the most about these uniforms, you see the texture involved
I know,
in this.
bro.
It's like almost like a camo that looks awesome. And
I
then
know.
just this, man.
People are
Like
people like to hate, man. People are hating to hate. These are clean.
there's nothing that they could have done that would have satisfied literally everybody. That's
I
the
agree.
best that I could say.
But while these are clean uniforms, there's one more set of uniforms that came out this week that just are absolutely phenomenal. I'm still waiting for my Kelly Green. The Eagles social media team is really making me mad now.
Ooh.
But the Titans dropped their throwback Oiler uniforms, man, and I think they are so clean. That color scheme. And then, did we talk about the Seahawks?
The Seahawks. Oh,
we didn't talk about the Seahawks one as well. The Seahawks are my favorite. I forgot that we haven't like talked about it on
It's
like
not new jerseys, but what is it? New helmets?
Uniforms. It's new everything.
Seahawks new. Yeah, it's these, right?
Yes.
Oh my god, dude. Seattle is like blessed with some of the coolest uniforms, in my opinion.
That's
like
what
people
I'm saying.
hate
Absolutely,
on me,
man.
People hate on me so much for the neon, but dude,
okay, the neons
so
are actually
nice.
ugly, and the fact that you like them like really makes me second guess the uniforms that you like.
Come on,
because those are awful. But in the same sentence, I'm like, I can't wait for the Kelly Greens to come out.
Yeah, yeah. But I don't know. I mean, we see a couple of you guys in chat. It'd be pretty cool if you guys could let us know what was your favorite from this conversation.
Yes.
It's awesome. I mean, honestly, change is always a good thing. Speaking of change, I mean, the Sox always beat the crap out of the Cubs, and Cody Bellinger just hit a home run, baby. Anyways, 10-7 Cubs.
Anyways,
I know this is a football podcast, but I'm just excited. Anyways,
see that W flag in the background.
You already know, dude. Anyways, so hey, sooner rather than later, there's going to be a WWE belt around here. Just letting you know, it's going to be awesome. Anyways, so the NFL has approved the sale of the Commanders for $6 billion, and they're considering another name change. All I got to say, I'm on the Red Wolves hype train. That would be awesome.
It is what it is. We'll talk about it if it happens.
Do you have a vote for any?
I liked the Hogs. I like the Hogs.
The Hogs. Okay.
People are like, it's the Pop Warner name. I don't know. I like it.
I mean, the Hogs, it's kind of a tribute to like the offensive line normally, right?
The hog mollies, man. The
Yeah.
hog mollies. Every chance I get to talk about the hog mollies, I'm going to. Linemen got to represent each other, man.
Naheem Hines was involved in a freak jet ski accident that resulted in a season-ending injury. Not football related. So in the fine print of the contract, I believe they could take away his salary from this year, and they plan on it. So they're in a little bit of a dispute. It's pretty awful. Just because
the
it's
running back
unfortunate.
situation is so messed up in the NFL right now. It's tough too
bad.
because it is tough because
Did you see the Jim Irsay tweet today?
Yeah,
Speaking
that
of the
was
Colts.
wild. That was wild.
I'll
But,
pull that up, yeah.
the running back situation is wild. We talked about it last week if people want to go back and listen to that. But it's tough because running backs are important. And as a running back, I can see where they're coming from, where they're like, we want the money we deserve. But at the same time, like, if you're a smart franchise, you're not going to pay a running back. And I mean, I've said that on the podcast since episode 1. You just don't pay a running back big money, but I understand where they're coming from.
Yeah.
These guys like Saquon, which that is what it is, but
we'll get to that. Well, I mean, I'll just say it now. Saquon Barkley has signed an 11-year extension, or not 11-year, $11 million extension for, holy crap, 11 years would be crazy in football. $11 million extension for just 1 year, barely making just over what he made for the franchise tag.
I guess it's like a semantic thing, like you go and get your contract or whatnot, but I don't know, I've always been in the boat unless your name is Christian McCaffrey, and I think Bijan will be in this conversation later, but you just don't pay running backs. Why am I going to pay you if I can go and get Roshan Johnson in the 4th round or whatnot? And for those who don't, aren't like super big on Twitter, like Brett Coleman tweeted something about it, and obviously this is a stat, numbers don't tell everything, but like Tyler Algier, a guy who just had Bijan take his spot, but like he was making like something like, I think it was like $900 per rushing yard he made, and Christian McCaffrey was making like $14,000 like per rushing yard he made, and you just add that up, like it's so just in terms of being a GM and in team roster building, you don't pay a running back. You don't pay a running back unless his name is Christian McCaffrey.
It's awful.
It is what it is.
Jim Irsay saying the NFL running back situation. We have negotiated a CBA that took years of effort and hard work and compromise in good faith by both sides. To say now that a specific player category wants another negotiation after the fact is inappropriate. Some agents are selling, quote, bad faith. And so the significance of this quote is because Jonathan Taylor is in his contract year as well.
Yeah.
So his agent has responded to that, saying bad faith is not paying your top offensive player. So is there something brewing in Indy to where we could see Jonathan Taylor on the way out? That's to be seen. I mean, I doubt it at this point, just because of how good he is and how monumental to the offense it is. But who's to say that doesn't change once Jonathan Taylor decides, I'm just going to stop playing for you. I'm going to sit out. But I mean, I don't know. My only thing is, if you're going to do that, I mean, you've got to prove to yourself, because you say, like, if your name's Christian McCaffrey, you're getting paid, right? If your name's Derrick Henry, you're getting paid. If and et cetera, et cetera.
I wouldn't pay Derrick Henry right now.
Well, with the injuries, yes, but he definitely got extended at one point in time.
Yes,
like I'm just using that as an example. But looking at all of this, man, it's awful. But speaking of paying running backs, Melvin Gordon got inked to a $3.1 million deal with the Ravens. James Robinson got signed by the Giants, which was purely a backup move for Saquon, in my opinion. Cole Beasley also went to the Giants. Speaking of injuries as well, CJ Gardner-Johnson went down with a knee injury, but it is not considered serious, so that's good. Nobody ever wants to wish an injury on anybody. However, I will say it's kind of funny how life works because of karma and everything, because I will chalk this absolutely up to karma with the amount of crap talk that he's been talking about the entire Eagles franchise. Or fan base. I mean, I personally have no affiliation with the Eagles franchise or fan base except for this goofball right over here. And I'm like, this is just a horrible situation for him. And so for him to just be, okay, yeah, I'll turn down some money and go sign a prove it deal in Detroit, and then gets injured on the very first day of practice. Awesome. Great job. Raiders have signed what? Oh, the cat.
I'm sorry, guys. My cat was just scratching at the flags in the background.
The Raiders have signed corner Marcus Peters, so there's our answer for that, just because we were kind of looking forward to where he goes.
Yeah.
Jimmy Graham's headed back to New Orleans. That's pretty cool. It's definitely a short-term deal, but
well, the fun
cool to
thing
see
to
him go
keep
back.
it, yeah, the fun thing to just keep it nice and short. But like, I guess like the news was broken on like Saints Reddit, and then it turned into something. But I just thought it was funny. That's like where the news broke was a Reddit of all places. But
Aaron Hernandez's brother Dennis has been arrested after suspicions of planning school shootings. The only comment that I have to make on this is the Hernandez family needs help. It's not, they've had to deal with this, and I'm not talking about the brothers. I'm talking specifically anybody else, because now they've had to deal with Aaron, and now they're dealing with Dennis, and it's like there's clearly some mental battles being fought right now with not only them but the family around them. And ultimately, I'm not really the most religious out there person. I don't want to shove this down anybody's throat, but what I will say is I'm absolutely praying for them.
Absolutely.
Just that they can recover, and because this is just another domino to fall. When you thought that it was all over, it's really not. Another thing, not really to get political or anything, if this counts as politics, but I mean, there's got to be some end to this, right? Like, it's a big situation. Unfortunately, it has a big name associated with it. But hopefully, thank God they stopped it, for one. For two, hopefully we can learn from this and expand on preventing this from happening before it gets worse. Do you have any comments to make on that, or no? Okay, fair enough.
I'm sorry. No,
on
it's
a
just
happier note, it's a tricky situation to speak on. I
It is.
completely understand. And ultimately, we're a football podcast, and nobody really cares about our political takes. So we just hope that whoever needs help gets help.
Yep, like you said, we really try to not, put that negative juju out there, and we just try to, talk about football. That's what you guys are here for.
It's almost football season. Like,
I
and
training
it's contract extension season, baby. What's that?
I said Eagles' first day of training camp today. And by the way, again, we are a football podcast, but like deadline for MLB trade or the MLB trade deadline's in like 5 days.
Yeah, I'm nervous, might I add.
I know,
but
so am
I. Anyways, so yeah. First off, let me just say this, because for some reason this wasn't in my notes, and I mean, I don't know. Brock Purdy he's back. He's good. He's able to play week 1.
Yeah, but it's just a matter of I'm not. I don't know. It'll be interesting. I was never convinced on all of Purdy and whatnot. I just think it's a matter of anyone. I know
they're ready to move on from Trey.
That's anyone can perform in that offense, and if anyone's going to make a big play, it's going to be Trey. I've been a Trey Lance truther, and I will always be a Trey Lance truther, and it is what it is.
Cowboys corner Trayvon Diggs has been extended to a 5-year, $97 million extension. That's awesome.
About gosh darn time DBs are actually getting paid what they're worth.
Yeah. Chargers are signing quarterback Justin Herbert to a 5-year deal worth $262 million. man, running backs are just foaming at the mouth at something even remotely close to a deal like that, right?
Yes.
But yeah, it's interesting there.
I saw a
Texans
crazy
tackle Titus
stat.
Howard. Yeah, go for
just
it.
real quick in terms of that, Lamar Jackson and Justin Herbert combined just for this the next year of when their contracts hit, or the first year when their
Yeah.
contracts hit, combined are making more money than all of the starting running backs in the NFL.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Imagine when Justin Fields gets that contract, because I expect him to break out, or at least I hope for him to break out. And so that contract's coming soon, right? Like within the next year or two. And so just imagine what him and Lamar combined are going to be making because they're rushing quarterbacks. You know how mad the running back position would be just because of that. I mean, because of the way that the market looks and everything. Hurts as well.
Lamar and Hurts are making the same. Well, basically, Lamar's making 0.5 more because Lamar wanted to be the highest paid quarterback. But yeah, it's wild for now. But like you said, it's wild.
Yeah. Texans and Titus Howard have reached an agreement on a 3-year, $56 million contract. All right, I want to talk about this next one just a little bit because we talked about it briefly in the group chat. Cole Kmet has signed a 4-year, $50 million contract extension.
Don't like it.
You don't like it? See, I
stand. You know where I stand on Cole Kmet.
You think he's overrated?
I think he's overrated, and I don't think he's any better than what Mike Gesicki was. And the Dolphins are just rolling over in their grave now, having to pay Mike Gesicki what they're paying.
What was his deal? Do you remember?
I do not know off the top of my head. Let me see.
4-year, $6 million.
What?
What? It says 4-year, $6 million. Hold on.
It was probably 4 years, $60 million.
Oh man, I didn't even realize Mike Gesicki went to the Patriots. That's crazy.
1
year, $10 million. Okay.
Or what was the franchise? They franchise tagged him, I think is what it was. And
it was
they were just
10, almost 11.
They were and they were get him out of here. They were so ready to get him out of here to the point they wouldn't even pay him $6 million. And
the thing is, rankings wise, Cole Kmet was the 7th ranked tight end in the league. Okay. Statistically, yes, 7th ranked.
Statistically, but I think I could come up with 7 tight ends I'd rather have.
I'm talking statistically though, because when you go into contract negotiations, you're talking stats, right? You're not talking this guy, just hear me out. He is now the 9th highest paid tight end in the league. Okay. And that is perfect. I mean, as far as where he stands and where the money is, I find that to be perfect. And not only that, but they front loaded that contract. So it's $20 million due in 2024. And then the rest of it's just spread out. So there's going to save about $2.5 million over the rest of his deal. And that's just perfect. I mean, that gives you more flexibility going on in the future. And the Bears have plenty of cap to use for it. So I love it.
I don't know, man. There's at least, I can name 10 tight ends in the league I'd rather have than him.
Let me just say this, though. I mean, it takes a while for tight ends to blossom, i.e., look at Darren Waller, i.e., look at Mark Andrews. I mean, we'll see where it goes. I like his potential. I'm all for it for right now. I might hate it in the future, but I'm all for it right now.
Sorry,
here we go. He's going to name 7 more other than Cole Kmet.
10. I'm going to name 10.
Here, let me do it.
Kelce,
all right?
Travis Kelce, Mark Andrews, TJ Hawkinson.
Okay. Which, by the way, can I make a comment on that?
Yeah.
TJ Hawkinson, he will use this because he's a free agent next offseason. 4 years, $50 million. That's an average of $12.5 million per year.
He's going to want 50.
TJ Hawkinson is about to suck the money out of the Vikings cap just like a vampire. This dude's going to be crazy.
But anyway, so Travis, Mark, TJ, George Kittle. You're not going to like this one, but it's true. Kyle Pitts.
Oh, yeah. Kyle Pitts is a beast when used correctly.
Dallas Goedert. at 6, Darren Waller at 7, Pat Freiermuth at 8. You're not going to like this, but based off the season he had last year, I have to put him in front of him. Evan Ingram. And then this after Evan Ingram is the range that Cole Kmet is in. But I'd rather have Dalton Schultz. I'd rather have Greg Dulcich, and I'd rather have David. Not going to try to pronounce his last name because I'm blanking on it. But the Cleveland tight end, David
Njoku.
Yeah. Though, so that's I just named 13.
What,
I just
13?
named 12 tight ends.
12 or 13.
And then I'd have Cole Kmet. And I don't know. I'm not as high on Cole Kmet, and maybe he's gonna have this breakout year alongside Fields, which I could see happening. And if that's the case, fine. But I would rather, I don't know.
I like this move for now, and we'll see where it goes. I'd like to look at this a year from now and see where we're at.
Yeah.
Bryce Young was named the quarterback, the starter for the Panthers. Not surprised at all. Even though they said that Andy Dalton's got to be mad at some point, right? Like, what the heck? Devon Witherspoon's holding out of camp without a signed deal. That's pretty big because Devon Witherspoon is such a big name corner.
It happens all the time. It really does happen. Like,
it's making headlines though.
Yeah, it happened with Joey Bosa. It happened with Nick Bosa. Top guys. Yeah, I'm not surprised. No, but it happens every once in a while. So,
well, now that we're 30 minutes in, that'll do it for weekly news. You guys see why we wanted to skip through it just a little bit, but here's our next segment, which is probably our most exciting here.
You think you know football? Well, prove it. This is Pigskin Pick'em.
Nice. So now we get to go over the Seahawks and the Cardinals, and we have a strict agenda for these two, and it's unintentional. We don't meet over this. I think what I have for the Seahawks is very reasonable. I think you.
I don't know what you have for the Seahawks. I don't. Okay. I'll go look at it. No, I don't want to look at it. I don't want to look at it.
That's fine. Let's just go ahead and start it off. Week 1 against the Rams at home. What do you think?
We're starting with the. Okay, yeah, we're starting. Yeah, that's it. That's a win. That's a win.
Yeah. At Lions.
This one was hard for me to pick. And by the way, like the Seahawks have a good record, but I definitely think they could have a better record. I want to put that out there, Seahawks fans, so they don't come at my throat because
I'll go over my agenda at the end of the record.
I do have them losing.
I have them winning here.
I really want them to, but I don't know what it is. All the love people are putting. I've said it before. All the love that people are putting in the Jets. Everyone forgot about the Lions. We'll get there. But the week after, I have them winning as well against the Panthers.
I also have them winning. Yeah. I have them losing the next 2 weeks against the Giants and Bengals.
Oh, really? I forget what I had for the Giants, but the more I think about it, the more the Giants are just a dumpster fire. I really think it was a fluke year for the Giants.
Oh, it absolutely was.
I have them beating the Giants, but I do have them losing to the Bengals.
So the reason why I had them losing to the Giants is because, for one, it's at MetLife. And we all know the MetLife turf monster eats at everybody. And I'm not manifesting any injuries, but what I will say is it's definitely a disadvantage. And at this point as well, we've seen plenty of games where the Seahawks lose games that they should have won. And this is definitely that situation. That being said, they're going to curb stomp the Cardinals. That's not going to be close.
Absolutely.
They're going to lose the next 2 weeks against the Browns and Ravens to me.
Okay, I have them splitting it. I have them winning against the Browns, but losing to the Ravens.
Your Browns agenda is coming out too, by the way. I cannot wait to go over the Northern.
It's going to be fun. I have no issue against the Browns. I think the Browns are going to be an average team. I don't think they're going to be bad, but I don't think they're going to be amazing.
I'm excited. Might I add as well, we didn't go over this in weekly news because it's not a headline, but going back to our previous division, the AFC West, Justin Ross looks pretty good in camp right now.
Oh, and
Rashee Rice.
Well, yes, but gosh,
Who are you thinking
the
about?
really
Who's he play for?
fast guy who. Wait, I thought. Hold on.
Here
His
we go.
last name is also Ross. He holds a 40 time.
Oh,
Gosh, dang it!
you want
It's
me to
gonna
tell
drive
you?
me crazy. No, I don't, because I know what it is. John Ross.
Yeah.
Yeah, he retired, but also, by the way, I saw you tweet this out, and I don't get defensive most of the time, and by the end of the process, like I was not, I was back to average, but Rashid Rice was my guy before he was your guy, pal.
No.
Yeah, no, yes, because
Well,
on the
maybe.
podcast he was, because I said watch out, the Bears could get a guy like Rashid Rice in the second round. You're like, oh, I'll have to look into Rashid Rice, and then you looked into him,
Hey,
and then you liked
if you're
him
gonna be
more
a
than
Rashee Rice guy,
but
pronounce
I
his name
remember.
correctly.
I even said going before into the Senior Bowl, I even said at a certain point that I think that he might, and obviously I don't believe this anymore, but I liked him so much. I said I might even be willing to rank him in front of Jackson's JSN. So like
That's
Rashid
really
Rice
bold right
is
now.
now it
But,
is. Now it is absolutely, after everything
yeah.
that happened, and I'll admit to it. But that's how much I like this guy. So
Mhm.
he can be your guy as well. But he was once upon a
Thanks.
time my guy. And for those who don't know, go ahead and follow us on Twitter,
Mhm.
and it'll make a lot more sense.
Hey, we like to call a lot of success here because we've
Because
been
we're
calling a
darn
lot of
good
stuff.
at it.
Yeah. Anyways, they're beating the Commanders, right? Seahawks, they should beat the
Yes.
Commanders.
Yes.
The Rams again in Los Angeles.
I have them losing.
The 49ers at home.
What do you have them? Do you have
I have them
do you have
winning.
the Seahawks losing? You have them winning. All right.
Mhm.
I have them winning against the Niners because it's home.
Okay. I have them losing the next 3 against the Cowboys, 49ers, and Eagles.
I do actually have them. Yep, I'm the same. I have them losing the next 3 as well.
And then I have them winning out against the Titans, Steelers,
Yep.
and Cardinals.
Yep.
Okay, so we're not
Yep.
too far apart.
No, we're not. We're not.
Let's see. You have them at
10 and 7.
Nice. Okay, I'm at 9 and 8. So
There you go. We're right there.
we're in the same
right there.
ballpark. Yeah.
I think it could be better. I really think it could be better. And like everyone was like, oh, people are still a little worried about Geno and whatnot. Like, I think this is going to be a good team, and I wouldn't be surprised if Geno takes even a bigger step forward, which is wild, saying about like a quarterback's like 32 years old, saying he's going to take a step forward.
Dude, it's crazy, right? That's the point of why the episode's titled what it is.
Yeah.
Is he a fluke? Is he not? And that's a huge storyline going into 2023. Now for the Cardinals.
Do I do it? Like, I'm half tempted to do it. I'm not going to, but I'm half tempted to do it. And for those who don't know what I'm talking about, and you said it, we like to call our successes every once in a while. I pounded the table last year to try to tell people to sell all the stock you had on the Cardinals. And at times I was called a madman.
Yeah.
At times I was called an absolute madman, but here we are now, and everyone's agreeing with me, and I'm not going to have them not win any games, but I was very tempted.
Let's see. I want to go over this first. I want to see Kyler Murray's shooting for a week 1 return from knee injury. Okay. That's interesting. But he did tear it in December. So it's possible, because it normally is a 9-month recovery. We've seen it be shorter. We've seen it be longer. I'll say this. They're losing that first matchup easily. I'm going to switch a game, and I'm going to have them win against the Giants in week 2.
I'm going to make this nice and easy for you, Ryan.
Yeah.
I have them winning week 1 against the Commanders, because screw the Commanders. and I have
I'll have them win that
losing
game too.
every other game of the season. They're going
Wow.
1-16, and their only victory this season is going to be the Commanders. And call me crazy, I don't care. The Cardinals are going to be so incredibly bad. Gannon, the head coach that they hired, might have been one of the worst head coaching hires literally in the history of the NFL. They're going to be without their starting quarterback, and they lost talent on defense.
That's huge.
They're going to be a very, very, very bad team this year, and they're going to end up with Caleb Williams at number 1 and Marvin Harrison Jr. at number 2.
Oh my God, you're right. There's a chance.
There's an absolute chance of that happening. And that's going to be.
Then what happens to Kyler? Kyler gets traded.
You can get a first round pick for Kyler. You can get a first round pick at the end, the back end.
My mom tuning in here really quick.
Yep.
FYI, Travis Gibson is awesome. First off, she's on a road trip right now. Bless her heart. Her and a family friend as well. They're both angels, and I just want to shout them out on the podcast. Safe travels to you guys. I hope you guys are making steady progress on the trip and not stopping every 45 minutes. But yeah, it's she's right though. Travis Gibson is awesome. I can't wait to go and see him again. But let me get through these predictions here. So I'll have them win the first 2 weeks. They'll win the next 3, or they'll lose again. Sorry, holy cow. They'll lose against the Cowboys, 49ers, Bengals. They'll beat the Rams. They'll lose against the Seahawks, Ravens, Browns. They'll beat the Falcons. They'll beat the Texans. They'll lose against the Rams, Steelers, 49ers, Bears, Eagles, and Seahawks to finish 4-13.
Okay.
They'll be right there in the pack for, but the thing is do you really, that Texans game is interesting to me.
That was the only other one that I had hesitation about, but
yeah.
I really am just going to push my Cardinals a little bit more on this because I can. It's going to be great. And by the way, I'm looking I'm thinking about teams that could be good and that have a chance to have a mid to late first round pick this year, this upcoming draft that they would trade Kyler for. And here's my bold prediction, even though we're not going to start doing that.
We'll start
now,
bold predictions soon.
We'll start that soon. And maybe I should save it, but I'm just going to say it. In the 2024/2025 season, Kyler Murray will be the starting quarterback for the Detroit Lions.
Ooh. That would be interesting. I like that.
Because Jared Goff, let's be honest, Goff is not the answer. And for a team that's we need to upgrade at quarterback, and they have the cap space. And let's be honest, the issue with Kyler is that he's the polite way to put it, and this isn't even polite, but the issue with Kyler is that he dicks around and that he doesn't quite have the love for football.
Watch your mouth.
And if anyone
that comment from my mom.
I warned. I said something. Yes. But if any franchise is gonna kick the love of football into him, it's gonna be the gosh darn Detroit Lions. Yeah. So that's a bold prediction, a little teaser for what it's gonna be.
Oh my gosh, soon enough.
Future. Yes.
So let's go ahead and go into our next segment here. So Madden has officially given, and we said that we were going to postpone this. That way all of the ratings can come out. I'm going to filter by position, and we're going to go through, the big ones or whichever ones you guys want to see or whatever.
The worst one that makes me mad is
we're going to go over quarterback first.
Yep. Quarterback is the first one that makes me mad.
So here's the thing. Patrick Mahomes, 99.
Yep. As he should.
I'm going to get rid of this so that people can see.
And then I have one more thing to talk about once we're all done with this.
Of course. So he's a 99. Patrick Mahomes, greatest quarterback in the league right now. Joe Burrow at a 95. I'll be honest with you. Here's my bold take, right? We're throwing bold takes out.
Sure.
This guy
Yeah.
right here is better than him, is better than him, and is better than him.
I don't know about that one. I think
Joe Burrow's
I have
close.
always said that he's the third best quarterback in the league. And when I say third, it's Patrick Mahomes, and then Joe Burrow and Jalen Hurts are tied for
You're
the
telling
second
me
spot. That's
an
such
88
I know.
overall.
I have no clue how he's an 88 in Lamar, who he played better than last season and played more games than last season.
Let
is a
me
higher
ask you a
rating.
question.
It's a load. It's a load. And that was the one that I was going to tell you I was going to be mad about the most.
Was this man an MVP runner-up this year? Then why is he over Jalen Hurts? Is this man an
Good
MVP runner-up
question.
this year? No. Was this man? I don't know. Now, I'll give Joe Burrow his flowers, okay? 95's, that's an accurate rating. This man is good at what he does.
Yes.
Patrick Mahomes, nobody's touching him. That's fine. Josh Allen, 94. I mean, okay, maybe. Like, I'd maybe say 92, 93 range, but who's really fighting that here?
Yes.
Lamar Jackson, dude, you were hurt. You didn't even play. Your backup was a Pro Bowler this year. Unbelievable.
There's the other rating, by the way, and we can get through the top 10 here.
I'm just gonna rant about the position. I'll tell you this just straight up. All right, you were gonna say something first though.
Oh, I was gonna talk about your former position that you used to play, but we'll get to that after this.
Dak Prescott is not an 87 overall if Jalen Hurts is an 88.
I don't know how Dak Prescott's better than Justin Herbert.
Justin Herbert and him are on the same level. But, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. There's no way this man deserves to be down here underneath Kirk Cousins at 84, or at least alongside Kirk Cousins at an 84. But how is there such a drop-off with somebody who had such a great breakout season in Tua Tagovailoa at an 83 overall? Are you kidding me? And Aaron Rodgers, who had a career worst season at an 86 overall, over Tua, who increased his throwing power by, tremendously, right? Like, what is...
I will say I do think that Tua, I would rather have Aaron Rodgers than Tua.
Tua's throwing power is 86. Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. I don't know why they have kicker ratings, but that's, So, okay, we'll go through here. Trevor Lawrence, 82. Are you kidding me?
That's bad.
I'll tell you what. I would put him up there with Dak right now for ratings if I were making the ratings.
Yes.
Geno Smith had a fantastic season.
Yeah,
but an 81, I'm not going to complain about.
No.
Everything
else I'm not too mad about.
Okay. Derek Carr, 78. All right. Deshaun Watson. Why is Justin Fields 76?
Because he hasn't proven anything while throwing the football. Bears fans, be excited about his potential.
I will laugh about this jokester that just robbed the New York Giants franchise and just pulled out a 75 overall rating. Matthew Stafford at a 75.
I feel a little,
stupid. Okay, rookie ratings, don't think too much.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna go into Baker at a 72. Perfect, man. Honestly, perfect.
Yeah.
But Jacoby Brissett at a 72 though. Can we talk about that really quick? Jacoby Brissett did not have a bad season.
No, but he's a backup quarterback. You can't have backup
75, 76 wouldn't be horrible. I don't know. Let's go ahead.
Go to your former position for me. Go all the way up to
Which
the top.
one?
All the way. Yeah, cornerback and corner. The number one player here is just
Jalen Ramsey.
What is Jalen Ramsey doing at number one? Jalen Ramsey wasn't even a top 5 quarterback in the cornerback in the NFL. And the fact that he's number one is a load of BS. I'd rather have Patrick Surtain. I'd rather have Jair Alexander. I'd rather have Denzel Ward. I'd rather have Darius Slay. I'd rather have Marlon Humphrey. I'd rather have Sauce Gardner. I'd rather have Marshawn Lattimore.
Stephon Gilmore is not a 91 overall anymore.
I disagree.
He's
I disagree. He actually had a really good year in Indy, but
Indy?
since it was Indy, no one wanted to talk about it. So
Fair enough. I mean, I don't see
and then
anything too crazy.
AJ Terrell's the only other one that made me mad. I'm a big AJ Terrell guy. But
That's
I mean,
some
he's
pretty
lumped
decent
in
respect,
there.
though.
He's lumped in there with other guys. So I mean, I can't be too bad. So
Let me just say, my guy, I want to advocate for him a
there
little
was
bit.
one more that I really didn't like, but I'll have you go back to it later.
Jalen Johnson at an 81. I understand he's not a loud player. I understand, he's not somebody who's going to make headlines he has a crazy amount of interceptions per year or whatever, but he is awesome. Like, some people are like, oh, he's serviceable. No, this guy is a quality starter. This guy will give you, you look at Devontae Adams has given him props and has said, like, this guy is really tough to play against. And that kind of play, and I understand he was hurt for a little bit, so I understand that kind of knocks down his rating a little bit. And I also know Madden has something against Chicago because of a big market and everything, so that you want people talking about your game, which I cannot stress enough. This is probably exactly what they wanted. But, an 81, I feel like that's low. I would take an 84, 85. I would understand, maybe even an 83. But an 81, you know how close to 70s that is? Like, that's horrible. You have him on the downhill. I don't know. That's stupid. But I have a feeling Xavier Howard at an 84. Are you kidding me? He's still good. Tariq Woolen at an 83.
No, go to the second page. Yeah. Patrick Peterson is an 85. In what world? Dude is. I'll give him his props. At one point in his career, he was the best cornerback in all of football. He is no longer even scratching the top 20 of that.
Why is Kendall Fuller really an 87?
That is kind of wild, but like I'm not
I'm not really upset about it because I don't know,
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then the only other one that really made me extraordinarily mad was wide receivers.
Yes, let's go over that. We're only going to do a brief thing, and if anybody else wants to go over any other positions, let me know. Wide receiver, though, this one's interesting. I'll go over running back, maybe not running back, but Justin Jefferson, obviously.
Of course.
Tyreek Hill, obviously. Devontae Adams, sure. Cooper Kupp was hurt.
Yeah, but Cooper's I'm fine with that. I don't have an issue with that. The first big issue I have is DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah.
He's no longer the top 7 wide receiver in all of football. Stop it.
Terry McLaurin.
93 is fine, but then this is the other one. AJ Brown being ranked under Terry, not even tied with Terry, but being ranked below Terry.
And DeAndre Hopkins. Why is Jamar Chase in 94?
Load. I feel like it baffles me. And Amari Cooper, you think Amari Cooper and AJ Brown are the same level of wide receiver?
Let me just say this though, okay, before we get down here, because I'll speak my piece on this. Jamar Chase is not on the same level or close to the same level as DeAndre Hopkins. I'm taking Jamar Chase 10 times out of 10.
Yes.
Now I understand, if you want to use Jamar Chase, okay. If Jamar Chase didn't get injured, what would his rating be?
I think currently he would probably be 86, 87. And that's what he should be at. Or 90.
So that's fine. That's fine. So why are we putting Cooper Kupp up here? Because, he got injured, but this is where he would have been. Okay. Well, Jamar Chase got injured as well.
Cooper Kupp also had Kupp had the best wide receiver season in the history of the NFL.
Don't get me wrong, dude. I appreciate that. But, dude, Jamar Chase is along that same exact level as these guys. This is, he's not too far off of the Cooper Kupps, the Stephon Diggs, the,
I agree.
Devontae Adams. He's among the greats. So, I understand, you put him in the top 5. That's fine. But make this bigger. AJ Brown needs to be in there as well. I don't care what anybody else has to say. AJ Brown needs to be up there. Terry McLaurin, I appreciate that they gave him his props, but there's no way that, these other guys are just that much. I don't know. I don't know. We'll go ahead. We'll look at page 2 here as Ben fights to get himself back in here. He can probably insert himself, I believe. There we go. So not sure what happened, but it's all good. CeeDee Lamb at a 90. Okay, let me just say
this. No.
Hold on. I'm taking CeeDee Lamb over Amari Cooper.
Yes.
I'm taking CeeDee Lamb over Terry McLaurin, but that's close.
It's close.
I'm taking CeeDee Lamb over DeAndre Hopkins. So why are any of these guys except for this guy, he's fine.
Yeah.
But why are these guys there?
Yeah.
Stupid. Mike Evans. Okay,
that's good. Debo's too high. I don't care.
Keenan is not an 89.
I agree. Tyler Lockett's not.
Holy crap! Tyler Lockett at an 89.
Tyler Lockett's not an 89.
You're telling me Tyler Lockett is better than DK Metcalf? Are you stupid? And
I'd rather have Jalen Waddle. I'd rather have. I'm higher on Jalen Waddle. I love Jalen Waddle. I think he deserves an 88.
So awesome. Jalen Waddle is on the same level as Mike Williams.
No, Jalen Waddle's, I think, is
Devontae Smith is lower than all of these guys.
That actually. Ooh, and by the way, the top 100, the top 100 NFL list came out, and he was 10 or he was 100, and I was. It grinded my gears to see Devontae Smith at 100 because he's definitely better than 100, and Debo's probably going to be like 40, and.
T. Higgins, dude, let me tell you really quick. T. Higgins. I would rather have T. Higgins than Amon-Ra St. Brown.
I wouldn't.
I'd rather have T. Higgins over Mike Williams.
Yeah. Yes.
I'd rather have T. Higgins over Tyler Lockett. I would rather have T. Higgins as my wide receiver 1 over Keenan Allen.
Yes.
Bold take here. Rather have T. Higgins than Deebo Samuel. So, and I'd even say Mike Evans.
It's close.
So, why is he over here? Brandon Ayuk. He's somebody nobody talks about, but he's really freaking good.
He's good.
Because that offense is so stacked with power, nobody understands how good he is. DJ Moore, baby, in 86. Love to see it. I'll be honest with you. I think he's around the 87 range, but I'm not going to fight it too much. It's fine.
Yeah.
I find this really interesting, Calvin Ridley and Christian Kirk, because it's I don't know what I would put Calvin Ridley right now because he's been a year out of football.
Well, if we're talking about you don't know where we're putting someone because a year out of football, Mr. Odell Beckham being an 85 is just stupid.
Over the offensive rookie of the year, 84 overall, Garrett Wilson.
What has he done to deserve that?
I'm putting Garrett Wilson over Chris Olave,
yeah,
OBJ, Michael Pittman, Christian Kirk. Is he over? Yeah, I'd put him over Calvin Ridley.
Close.
DJ Moore, I'm more biased towards. I'm close to it, but I'll say Garrett Wilson over him. Put him over Chris Godwin. Put him over no. I'd put him up there with Brandon Ayuk. I would. But yeah, I mean, Marquise
I care about, and then it starts just getting to.
Yeah, Adam Thielen, 83. Okay. Brandon
Dante Johnson's the only one I think should be higher.
Jerry Jeudy needs to be higher.
Yeah,
Deontay Johnson needs to be higher as well.
I would take Deontay Johnson over Curtis Samuel 10 times out of 10.
I'm taking Deontay Johnson over anybody on this list.
I'm taking he's definitely better than Gabe Davis.
Madden, you made us mad.
In my theory is Madden does this because they want. My theory is Madden does this because they want us to talk about the ratings. It'll get fixed and it doesn't matter. But
there we go. I haven't played Weddle in a while.
The last time I played was with you last weekend.
Yeah.
Or not last weekend, last week.
Let me get rid of this real quick and let's go ahead and get started. We tied last week. So
tied. Could you
let's I don't know. You want to throw a name out there?
AJ Brown.
Oh wow, crazy. NFC player. I will say Roschon Johnson. NFC North. Awesome.
NFC North. 6'2". Has to be tight end at quarterback. It's not Justin Fields. Well, it's not Kirk. Jordan Love is too old. Has to be a tight end.
Could it be Hendon Hooker?
No, Hendon Hooker's 23.
Hmm.
Yeah. No, Hendon Hooker's 24 actually, but
Oh. Whoops.
Trying to Luke Musgrave.
Tight end. Who's the Lions tight end? Do you know?
It's
easy mode. Yeah.
They drafted someone this year.
What's his name?
Come on now. I believe in you. I believe in you. He went to Iowa.
Oh,
Kind of the same last name as the city near us.
I wanted to say like Sam Laporta.
Yep.
Cool. Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right. So
In the world.
I guess I'll go first here. You ready?
Yes. Imagine just the poll of the century. I'd be so mad. Gabe Davis.
Ooh, okay. So he's offensive. That's cool.
No, I can't scoot out either.
6'3" in the AFC, younger. I'm gonna say like CJ Stroud. Okay.
This is definitely not who it is, but Jelani Woods.
Okay.
Just hold on, guys. I'm sorry.
Let's see. Wide receiver running. Okay, so it's a running back. Let's see.
Oh, AFC. I can't believe I guessed an AFC. Joke.
Trying to think here. I mean, it's not gonna be him. Yeah.
No. West. And if AFC West.
We just went over the AFC West.
Oh, yeah. Duh. Well, it's not a running back either. Oh, Creed Humphrey.
Speaking of him and Madden, have you seen his player profile picture?
Yeah.
That's not even close, but okay.
So it's either guard or tackle.
Dude, this is all your territory. I think
the Raiders. Right? I would hope so. He's young too, so yeah.
Dude, I feel like the Chargers just drafted one.
They did.
Dude, oh.
That's who
God dang it, dude.
That's who I was gonna guess too.
Can you tell me who he played for?
You're
up by 10, dude. What's it gonna hurt?
Not happening.
Oh, come on.
I'll give you a hint. The school he played for has been in the news a lot recently.
Ooh, oh, dude. Was it that one guy that I really didn't like coming into the draft?
Yeah, I don't think you liked him.
Like,
he has
I
short
didn't want
arms.
the Bears to drift. Oh, dude, what's his name? Dude. Oh, he
And he
played
turned
for
out to be actually
Northwestern,
really good.
right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wait, how do you know he turned out to be? He's a rookie, right?
Mm-mm.
He hasn't played yet?
Oh, you're thinking of Peter. No, Peter plays for the Titans. Yeah.
He plays for the Titans, though? Peter does?
Peter Skronsky
Okay.
plays for the.
So it's a guard. That sucks. 6'3".
A young guard at that, too.
He's either 23 or 22.
What?
Probably. Yeah.
WTF, man?
On the Chargers, too.
It's a young guard. I don't. Do you know? Because if you want to give up and give me a hint, I think it'd be fun.
I'm going to give up, yeah.
All
But
right. Obviously,
if
this
I give
isn't going
you-
to count either for me,
Yeah,
but I'd like
was
to
gonna
see
say.
if I can. Gosh, I'm so actually mad at myself.
Dude, that's like... We've been tying a lot lately because of this.
Yeah.
It's been kind of tough.
Mm-hmm.
It's a guard. No, it's not. It's not him, is it? Yeah, okay.
Is it someone I
This
should
makes
know?
sense. He was a rookie last year. I'm shocked that this number did not light up yellow.
For
Let's test your draft knowledge. Round 1, pick 17
round 1, pick 17.
in 2022.
Oh, I should know this. Oh my gosh, it's not Keontae Green. Why do I not know this? What letter does his name start with?
That would give it away. I think you could get it through this, and I'm very entertained at the fact, like, of the thought that you could. But what I'll tell you, just to make it slightly easier, is that he went to Boston College.
Boston, why do I not? What?
If I tell you, dude, you're gonna be so mad.
Oh, I'm gonna be so mad. It's not the Lindstroms. Oh, what? I guess who is it?
Mr. Zion Johnson.
Oh, gosh, I liked him too. Oh, Matt's rolling around in his grave. Matt's actually so mad right now. Matt is livid.
So that'll be it. I mean, do you have any other comments or anything to make before we head out? Training camp starts next week. I mean this week.
Started this week for me. So
yeah, and well, I mean, it starts tomorrow for me. I mean, Bears fans. First off, I want to say, if anybody saw that DJ Moore connection, I think I sent it to the group chat.
you did.
And anybody can tell me that Justin Fields can't throw anymore, shut your mouth.
Dude, it's in a practice. Stop. We really, really have to.
Hey, our NFC North
Have
podcast
Bears.
episode is coming up soon, so stay tuned because that'll be
Yes.
here within, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks from now. So thank you for sticking around with us. We appreciate it very much. If you guys haven't already, follow us on our socials, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, or our personal, which is right underneath our names there. You could zoom in if you need to. And then on top of that as well, we want to thank everybody for listening to the 76th episode of the Pigskin Project. We want to thank Overtime Sports Network, Regional Radio Sports Network, Spotify for Podcasters, and Uppercuts Grooming for listening in and helping us grow as a podcast as well. I want to shout out Mom and tell her, have a safe drive. Hope to hear from you soon. And that'll do it for this week's episode of the Pigskin Project. Tune in next week for the 49ers and Rams. That's a pretty intense rivalry, so I hope for a big turnout here.
Yes.
If you guys have any recommendations, questions, comments, concerns, or anything, feel free to drop them in one of our inboxes on the following socials, or just drop our email at thepigskinproject@gmail.com. We will see you guys